Disneyland is paying what they were paying in 1978. So quite a bit of money. It would go a long way towards solving our problem if we asked the voters to tax commercial industrial property at a higher rate, like 1.5%, and to reassess them every 10 years, we would in fact get a substantial amount of money that we could invest in education in the state of California. I support oil severance tax. And, you know, I mean, honestly, we ought to be doing everything we can to discourage the production of fossil fuels. We need to convert to clean energy. That's one of the goals that we have to have as a state of California.
The plan starts out with cutting taxes. We start out with the repeal of the gas tax on day one, which will be on the November ballot. Then we go after all of the other taxes. We have the nation's highest the nation's highest income tax, the nation's highest sales tax, and among the nation's highest gas taxes and corporate income taxes. All of these must come down. California must once again be open for business. We need to cut costs, we need to cut waste, we need to return the dollars that we are currently receiving as tax revenue, which are really just the hard-earned wages of Californians, back to the Californian people, back into their pockets. California's people know how to spend their money a lot better than California's government does.
You have a whole broken tax system, so I don't just focus on Prop 13. The upper income tax is broken too because a 3% cut in capital gains is a 20% cut to our budget. You can't just do Prop 13. We don't have a service tax. It's the fastest growing part of the California economy. You know, the sales tax is too high. You know, we have volatility so I want to look at not reinvent the wheel. I think the templates are there.
Yes, I would reform the abuses in Prop 13. When it was passed in 1978, we know you trigger a reassessment when you have a transfer of 50% plus one, or you trigger partial reassessment if you have substantial improvements to those properties. We know that people, because of brilliant tax lawyers and accountants, have been able to avoid that reassessment.
Prop 13, I think, should be thrown into a mix with a broader conversation on tax reform in the state. It is long overdue. We had tax cuts in this country, and those tax cuts impacted California disproportionately, a few other states. If anything that was served up by Trump, it should be the imperative now for the next governor to lead a tax reform conversation in the state that moves past the stale debate around Prop 13 and oil severance tax in isolation, and look at the issue of volatility, which is our enemy.
I'm not a fan of the income tax in general. You know, I don't know why Texas and Florida don't have income taxes and we do.
Would you want to abolish that in California?
I'd like to see it greatly reduced or eliminated. I think, you know, there's this idea out there that's tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich, and of course that feeds people, you know, who don't understand these things. You know, we pay taxes. Consumers pay all taxes. You know, the rich own the farms, the factories, the natural resources. They just increase the prices they pay, you know, that we pay, and you know, and it's a very inefficient thing to do. And it's hurting the state because it's causing people to move out. It's causing businesses to move out. You know, it's frankly counterproductive.